edge wore out hard like a beat-up, broke-down car hanging by a thread of rusty wire, scared of who they say you are. When you hear the thunder, smell the wind, and you see the doubt start rolling in, and you feel that first drop hit your skin, where your confidence is wearing thin. But don't let the downpour drown your dreams. Let it lift your soul and wash it clean. Take your withered faith and turn it green. Raise it from the grave. Let the lightning strike your biggest fears. Make all your shadows disappear. When there ain't no way around a stormy day, dance in the rain. Let the rhythm of a million drums rise to the beat of where your river runs. Soak it in like a sponge that's laid too long in the sun. When your bare feet taste the muddy ground and they smile and start to move around, fear is lost and courage found. So let your victory song ring out. But don't let the downpour drown your dreams. Let it lift your soul and wash it clean. Take your withered faith and turn it green. Raise it from the grave. Let the lightning strike your biggest fears. Make all your shadows disappear. When there ain't no way around a stormy day, dance in the rain. Don't let the downpour drown your dreams. Let it lift your soul and wash it clean. Take your withered faith and turn it green. Raise it from the grave. Let the lightning strike your biggest fears. Make all your shadows disappear. When there ain't no way around a stormy day, dance in the rain. Dance in the rain. Dance in the rain. Dance in the rain. Oh. Let the lightning strike your biggest fear. Make all your shadows disappear.
And we are back on Turning the Tide with Jessie Funk. I am Candace Salima, and we are talking about young women and what they face today, and also we are talking about Jessie's music career. Jessie, welcome back.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about, you mentioned at the end of the break, just before the break, that you wanted young women to remember the greatness within that's always been there. Now, when you look to your music career and how you began and what you had to do to get to where you are today, why don't you share with us a little bit of that journey? Because I'm afraid that we live in a fast food society and that people expect things to happen right away and success to come overnight and to be able to buy the things their parents worked 40 years for, but they want it now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think if you share your story of how you started and how you got to where you are now, it might help people to understand that, sometimes you've got to really sweat some blood and tears and get down in the trenches and get to work,
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that we live in this I want it now, instant gratification type of society. And I would absolutely be a huge proponent of, you must have discipline. You must know exactly who you are, and you have to have the skills, a learned skill of being able to pick yourself up and move on. Because I experienced so many no's, so many rejections, and I still do. I do a lot of motivational speaking, for example, and I just sent off an application to become part of a group that goes around to college campuses and anyway, and speak to college campuses, and they rejected me, and they didn't even give me a reason, and it kind of hurt. It stung, but
well, they're stupid.
Yeah. But
Go ahead.
I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to make sure that my application next time is even better, and I'm going to make sure that I continue working on my speaking and just to continue to become better, so that when I apply again, because I'm not going to just give up, I'm going to try again. You know what I mean? Next time I'll be a little more prepared. So you have to have a lot of strength and a lot of discipline, and I believe those are skills. I don't think those are just natural gifts. I mean, I think probably like 1% of people are probably born with those types of gifts, but I think confidence, leadership skills, resilience, those types of skills, those are things that we can learn. Those are things that we can always become better at. I think they're muscles. The more we exercise them, the stronger they're going to get. So, yeah, for me, being a singer, being a speaker, being this director of a national nonprofit organization and an author, it takes so much discipline, and it takes hard work, and it takes being tough. You got to be tough. You have to deal with criticism. You have to deal with rejection, and you have to be able to pick yourself back up.
Absolutely. It is something that I don't think people understand really how long it takes. I remember, Michael J. Fox, he's kind of out of the public eye now, but when I was I'm going to say in the 80s, I mean, he ruled the box office and the television, and he was amazing. But I remember the story about how just before he got that part on Family Ties that made him so famous, he was about to lose his apartment. His phone had been turned off. Things had happened, and he was right to the point of where he was going to have to give up, but he didn't. And he became a famous television and movie star.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, things happen. I had so many intentions and plans for my life, and I worked hard on every goal, and some came to be and some didn't, Mm-hmm. I mean, radio was never on my radar, and yet it turns out to be something that I enjoy immensely, and I appear to be doing some good with it. And that's what's important to me is whatever I'm spending the bulk of my day doing, that it makes a difference in life, that it makes a difference for someone. It helps someone else remember who they are. It helps someone else realize that they too can work hard to make their dream come true. Because, as you mentioned, we do live in an incredible country. America is the place, really the only place, where we have the opportunity to pursue a dream, to fail or to succeed. And if we fail, to keep getting up and going after that dream instead of giving up at the first obstacle. And it is so important to me. It is the reason I do what I do. It is the reason that I, too, go around and speak about, a number of issues. I do a number of firesides. I do a number of presentations at schools and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And the reason is simply to awaken America, to remember who they are. Because I happen to believe that Americans, if they can not refine, that's not even a word. If they can locate the American spirit within them once again and realize that spirit is what made this country, and that spirit is what found medical cures and got men into space and computers invented, and I mean, goodness, look at us now. This lady I interviewed yesterday was in Tel Aviv, Israel, and I was here in Orem, Utah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing the possibilities we have if we'll only stop putting ourselves in that box. So, Jessie, tell me how you use music to make a difference.
I think music is so universal. I think it appeals to teenagers, which is my primary focus in my work, and then it also appeals to adults. And I think music can reach people on a level that sometimes words can't. And so I love using music specifically for my speaking to teenagers and through my Ivy Girl Academy, because I think as soon as I sing and I use some music that they love, I usually start out with like an Aretha Franklin medley, so they know that R-E-S-P-E-C-T song, and they instantly are having fun. And my trick in that is that if I can sing and I can kind of win them over a little bit, then they'll actually listen to me. I can open their minds through laughter and through music. And so they'll actually listen to me. And I really believe that music is just so powerful, and it can inspire, it can empower. I know for me, when I'm having a bad day and I'm crying and I'm just having a pity party for myself, I'll put on some music and I feel better. It's so powerful. It has the amazing ability to lift you to a different place. Music is just so wonderful. It's a beautiful gift in our lives.
It is. And on your CD, Dance in the Rain, you had a couple of songs. Well, actually, all the songs are really powerful. But I really liked the title song, Dance in the Rain. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and what the message is in that song? We are going to play it after this segment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the title track of the CD. I loved it because it just has such an empowering and uplifting message, talking about, when it's raining outside, when you're having a hard time in your life, whatever's going on, choose to dance in the rain. And it's hard. It's so hard, because those hard things, they knock us down. Life can just beat us up. But if we can make choices, and they are conscious choices, and even though they're hard to make, they still are choices. We can choose to get back up. We can choose to have a good attitude. We can choose to slap a smile on our face, even when we're not feeling like smiling, So that's what this whole message is about.
Okay, and let's segue that into Not Everybody Lives. What's the point of that song?
That's kind of the same message. I loved the chorus on this one. It talks about how everybody dies, but not everybody truly lives. And so just really embracing every single day, living presently and engaged in your life, and yeah, making the choices to pursue your dreams, to make sure that you're telling your loved ones that you care about them, and really just taking advantage of the gift of life.
That is just powerful. It absolutely is. And if you'll send me some MP3s, the MP3 of that one, Not Everybody Lives, then I can play that so that people can hear it.
I'll send it right this minute. I'm right on my computer.
Oh, good for you. Okay, Jessie, let's talk about Message for America. What message do you have for America, for, what we're facing right now with what's going on in the Occupy Wall Street? We have the Tea Party movement, the two movements, which are very different. We have people caught in between, meaning, Republicans, Democrats, independents, Constitution Party, where they're not quite sure where to go, what to do. I mean, you look at the Republican field, and every week there's new front runners. The only one who's held steady is Mitt Romney, but, Newt Gingrich, Herman Cain, Michelle Bachmann took her turn, Ron Paul took his turn. And it's just, and then Rick Perry, of course, he also took his turn. It's a world, a nation that's full of instability right now. And so I am very interested to know what your message to America would be.
I would love to answer that. I love America. I just feel so grateful to be here. Hey, real quick, sorry, tell me what your email address is again.
It's ces@CandaceSalima.com.
Okay. Yeah, I love America because when I was 18, I went to Africa with a service organization, and I got to see firsthand what a third world country looks like and feels like, and it changed my life forever. Because, I mean, even just driving on the streets, they had potholes that you could lose an entire car in, and there was so much crime, and just so, the whole thing, it was just crazy, and it was scary. And I thought, man, I know people complain about taxes, but I'm kind of grateful that we have police officers that can come and rescue me if I'm in trouble. And I'm grateful we have nice paved roads, and I'm grateful for a school system. I mean, we have such a beautiful gift of education here. So I realize that there's problems. Absolutely. I'm really involved in the political scene, and I see all of that. But my message, I think, would be, don't forget how amazing this country is. We still are the most powerful country on this planet, and we by far have the best system set up. Even though that system has flaws in it, we still have the best system. Our free enterprise, that you can have any dream here, any dream, and you can figure it out. You can become anything you want to be, and no other country on this planet really has that kind of system. We're so lucky. So even though there are problems, and I completely recognize that, but don't forget how amazing our country is, and don't ever stop showing gratitude for this beautiful, beautiful country.
Well, and you have a song called We Are America that from the moment I heard it, Jessie, I loved it. I loved every word, every note. It was so powerful. So why don't you share with my listeners how that came about?
That's probably my favorite song on this album. My husband wrote it, which obviously I love because I really like my husband.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, kind of cute. So it was really exciting for him to write it. It's more specifically about our soldiers, which I also absolutely love, and I'm so grateful for. So it's our tribute to our fighting men and women who choose to put their lives on the line to keep us safe, and so it's just a tribute of gratitude towards our servicemen and women.
I love it. I'm going to play that as well. We're going to have Dance in the Rain, Not Everybody Lives, and We Are America throughout this show so that people can hear your music. And again, tell them where they can go to learn more about you and then also to learn more about the Ivy Girl Academy.
My website is jessiefunk.com, JESSIEFUNK, like funkytown.com. All of my information is on there. There's a link to the Ivy Girl Academy there, but the Ivy Girl Academy is just ivygirlacademy.com, and all the information about our upcoming workshops are on there. And yeah, so if you have any inquiries about speaking or singing, then just go to jessiefunk.com.
Sounds good. Sounds like you've got a little angel there wanting your attention.
My little boy, he's a sweetheart.
Oh, Jessie, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so grateful. I know you're crazy busy, and I just love the message of your music. I love what you do with the Ivy Girl Academy. So thanks for always coming on every time I ask.
Oh, Candace, I'm just kind of crazy about you. I think you know.
Right back at you.
So grateful that you're such a great leader, that you have no fear. You're just a beautiful person because you have no fear of taking risks on your awesome endeavors, everything that you do. You're just a great example. And I'm nuts about you. Glad to call you friend.
Oh, absolutely. Right back at you, Jessie, on every single point you just said about me. You are amazing. So we'll stop this love fest now and end the show.
Okay.
JessieFunk.com. Go learn more about this wonderful lady, and she has fabulous music out there. I am positive you will enjoy it. They can download it on where?
iTunes.com, Amazon.com, and my website, JessieFunk.com.
Perfect. Okay. Jessie Funk, musician extraordinaire and the founder and organizer of the Ivy Girl Academy. Thank you for joining us on Turning the Tide.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Stay tuned, listeners, because we are now going to watch the We Are America video.